We're back. Part 2. Just checking in with the NGU idle progress. We're looking good so far. Like I said, just go to get to 20k levels. We're actually having Tom doing it on this one, so we're gonna do that. What's going on? So we're tuning in for part 2.
How did
They
part
really
one
wanted
go?
to hear more from you.
Well, how did part 1 go?
Part 1 was good. They just didn't really see you a lot. I'm asking different.
It sounds okay. Well, I mean, what's the challenge that you're doing?
So pretty much it's a 24-hour challenge. The game is NGU Idle. The challenge is you have to complete the basic challenge.
Okay, what's the basic?
And the basic challenge is
Right.
reset your number all the way back to 1.
Okay.
Everything just gets reset permanently.
So what is the what do you
The
have to
challenge is you have to get to boss number 58.
do? Okay.
And you have to do that within 24 hours.
So the challenge is to beat a boss within 24 hours.
Yes.
Okay.
God damn, I mean, Jesus, dude.
Alright.
So,
What's your actual strategy?
so the
So one thing I noticed when there was that post on Reddit, there was a lot of people that responded negatively to it. I hadn't seen anything come through on our Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, which is interesting to me because we specifically linked them near the beginning of the video.
Yeah.
I guess the problem that I'm having with it when I try to compartmentalize the reception to that video and how I try to make peace with it, the problem that I have is that I don't think anybody watched more than 10 seconds. Because if they did, they would have been able to see our socials and they would have interfaced with us on a more human level rather than discussing about us on a more AI robotic level.
Yeah.
We all play incremental games. I'm not seeing many people creating content trying to become an idol freak. I'm not really seeing many people trying to do what we're doing. And so when it comes to the reception, we're going to need it to be a little bit more understanding.
Mhm.
So please get in touch with us on our socials. Johnny, can you plug the socials?
I can link them again for you guys, yeah.
Plug those socials.
So the first one is
Then we got the Insta.
oh wait, it was just Insta, right?
There's just Insta.
Okay.
Actually, it was IG.
Oh yeah. Okay, so
Perfect. What boss are you on now?
the current boss I'm on is boss 37.
Right.
And this is actually a huge boss because if we beat this boss, as you can see, reach boss 37 to see what this becomes. This becomes blood magic.
I've heard a lot about this.
Yeah,
one.
that's
It's
actually
really good.
Yeah, so that'll give us a huge boost to our number.
What's the number?
The number is literally just a number. So like, you want to get your number higher, but at the same time, number isn't really that important in this game. Like I mentioned in the first part, the important part of this game is the armor and the equipment, and making sure you have
Right.
good armor. and
Right.
good equipment.
Right.
So,
Right. You get some. Not this one. Yeah. How's idle skill?
so yeah, I wanted to kind of take this video and turn it
There's something that we wanted to talk about, which was a clear, I guess, disruption in the idle space. Somebody entered the idle ecosystem with a new release recently that was not very nice. What they came out with was something called looping. Johnny, could you pull that up, please?
Yeah.
So there's a couple problems with this. First and foremost, the lack of consultation with Idle Freak. and second, the lack of accreditation for the genesis of the idea. And so if we want to take a look at this game really quick, we're gonna do this and then a cross-reference with some early.
It might remind you.
It might remind you of a little something. Just as a, if you could pull up, could you pull up the?
Yeah. So give me a second.
You just stop playing it, dude.
Alright, so, I mean, I can, yeah.
Pull up a hard title. So yeah, it might remind you of something, and this is why. If you look, you're gonna notice a tank, a healer, and a DPS, and when you look, you're gonna see a warrior, a mage, and a ranger. You're also gonna see skills. Johnny, well, we need to see the mock-ups. Could you pull up the original mock-ups?
I can, yeah.
With the drawings?
I can.
Alright, just comes out of the drawings. I mean, there's not, so we don't have any drawings, but essentially there was a period. Actually, pull up the Idle Freak video.
Oh, yeah.
The first Idlebot devlog, this is where you spent a good amount of time on the UI.
Wait, no, I think this was a lot of. Yeah, no, it was a lot of UI. A lot of comparing. Let's see.
Could I take your mouse here?
Yeah.
Here we go. You'll notice. You'll notice immediately. We've got an XP bar. We've actually got a mastery bar, something you can maybe take a note from. And we've also got our active skills, our buffs, and our health. If we open up Luton, HP, XP, abilities, buffs, casting bar, and look at this picture placement. Look at this picture placement. And then the roll indicator. It's just a shame to be treated in a way that such as this. This is also probably a good time. This video is really good. We can maybe even just watch this.
Yeah. No, this is a good one.
Actually, can we do a Slay the Spire update for me?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so a lot of people were curious about my progress. Just as some background footage, we'll pull this up. It's a previous Idle Freak video, but it still holds up. A lot of people were curious about my Slay the Spire progress. Things are incredibly good. I got my first Watcher Infinite, and that allowed me to beat my first Ascension on the Watcher. I've also completed an Ascension 3 run with the Defect. Each of my Defect wins have been using a safe build that I'm kind of embarrassed about it almost. But it's always just a Frost build. If I can get a Blizzard card, honestly, you don't even need to get the Blizzard card, like in Act 1. Really all you need in Act 1 is like 2 Cold Snaps or a Frozen Core at the end of the Act 1 boss. A lot of the time it feels like with the Defect it's more fluid than other specs purely because the Act 1 boss rewards can be like so drastically different and build defining in the sense that like Defect has some of the best high cost cards in the game, but also some of the most useless like high cost cards, so like a Sneckalai enables so much. Just as an example, like, and if you can get like the thing with like Defect Infinites is you don't even really need like energy gen because of like Plasma Orb. If you can get Plasma Orb, dual cast, like upgraded dual cast for free cost, and then literally a lightning, you could have an infinite. I'm pretty sure with just like those cards as a baseline. So that's my Slay the Spire update. We can throw it back to John.
Cool. Thank you, Tom. So I guess we'll continue with the NGU update. Looks like actually right here we're gonna be boss number 37. Let's see.
I did an Ascension 2 run on my Ironclad that actually, I made it to the boss, but it didn't end up beating it. But it's one of those, like, you normally, if you're going to be taking like if you have 2 dagger throws, I feel like that's something that you would do on a higher ascension to guarantee a good act 2.
Yeah.
But like I wasn't on a high ascension and I still made it happen with like these crazy like a deck that was almost entirely comprised of like good early game cards.
Yeah.
So just another quick Slay the Spire thought.
No, for sure. So when you're
Back to the guide. You were doing the guide.
right. So as soon as you want augments, big tip, the biggest tip I can give you for augments is don't waste your time with scissors in the beginning. Just go straight into Mill Confusion. If you can go from an adventure all the way up to forest in one go, in one nuke in the beginning, what you can do is throw all of that, all of your energy in a Mill Confusion, and you'll have 200k within maybe like 5 minutes, and that's an easy Mill Confusion. And then eventually you'll be able to nuke up to the time machine. That won't matter, but in the beginning, yeah, you want to do that. Oh, actually, we just big upgrade. This was the 37, so we also get Danger Scissors as well as Blood Magic. And this is actually a big upgrade because what this does is it boosts the boost that Safety Scissors is giving us. So, right, you see what I mean? So this 37.
What does it boost?
Watch, this 37 is going to turn into like 60 points worth.
What does this mean though? What does it boost?
So what this is boosting is your attack and your defense.
Gotcha.
So right here,
This is like a
so it's just a flat boost.
I see.
But yeah, so as you can see, we hit the 20k. So if we go over to Rebirth, it is going to be not always, but it's going to be a positive number on the Rebirth. Looks like we're going to only be 4 times larger. So what I like to do is maybe fight 1 or 2 more bosses, but I think we're going to hit it. 17 minutes into the Rebirth. You don't want to go over 30.
Oh. That makes sense.
We'll Rebirth out. I think that's it for this part. I'll check back in another hour. Thanks, guys.